Hey, welcome back to the garage. Thank you for all your support and everybody that has subscribed.
Give me your money.
What? What?
Just kidding. Just like and subscribe. Bet I can keep all this bread. Let's go. All that money. Let's go.
Alright, Lucas, let's get this thing wrapped on up. So we already got the carburetor put back on, got the fuel tank put back on, got that bracket put back on down here in the bottom, and we also put on a new coil pack. So if you missed that, you can go back to the last video and see where we actually took all that off. Everything put back on is just in reverse order, so there's really no need to actually show that all over again. But we also had to make some new linkages, right, Lucas, for this thing. They didn't have any linkages on it, so we made new linkages for this thing. And then also in some of the first videos, we found that the coil was bad, so we ended up having to get a new coil. This is the old coil right here, and here's a new coil. You can tell they're a little bit different. You know, this was a 1988. This is now a new 2026 style coil, so we had to do a little bit of modifications just with the ground wire right here. But what Lucas is going to show you is how, that we test this coil and to tell if it's good versus the old one. And then he's going to also show you how to do the air gap on the coil, where there is a little gap right here and here between your flywheel, where it picks up the signal from the flywheel to make the magnetic current, which will then in turn make a spark and time the engine out. So go ahead, Lucas, and show him with the meter. So what he's going to do is he's going to touch it off, the ground off right here on the ground wire, main ground wire, and then off on the body of the actual coil. He's going to turn it over. If you can tell, you didn't hear a beep or anything, but if you can see that, rub it just a little bit, Lucas. So you got 4.6 mega ohms. And now if he goes over to the new coil, he's going to touch it on the new coil in the same spot. He's going to go off on the body, and he's going to touch it off on the actual ground wire, the cutoff wire. And if you can tell, he's basically neutral ground. So that's how one easy check you can do with just a voltmeter to tell if your coil is good or bad. It's just by doing like that. Alright, so now what Lucas is going to show you how to do is check the air gap on your coil to your magneto and your flywheel. So he's got a 12 thousandths feeler gauge, and what he's going to do, he's going to stick that 12 thousandths feeler gauge in there. So whenever you're installing one of these coils right here, what you're going to want to do is take your spec feeler gauge, and you're going to want to place it underneath of the coil to the flywheel, and then you're going to tighten this bolt down, making sure that it doesn't move. So as you can tell, he can fit both the feeler gauge right into it. He's going to take that one out and going to go on the other side now. He's going to slide it into that one. And now he's got it in that one. So that's an inspec per the actual manual on this one. We actually looked it up online, Copilot, Google, wherever you want to go. You can find a lot of that stuff online really easily. All right, Lucas, so now go ahead and pull that off. Just go ahead and get that old coil out of the way, and let's get this cover back on. Make sure it gets right on that inside. There we go. Let's give a little bit of a pull. Get that line up. There we go. So if you're having a hard time getting it on there, it's a lot of time due to the pull cord right here, the rip cord. It's actually keyed on the inside where you just got to line it up with your actual flywheel. All right, now we got that lined up. He's going to go ahead and start those fasteners by hand. He's going to put one in the top. He's going to put one in the side over here. Starting it by hand. I have to manipulate the cover just a little bit to get that on there and started. And then he's got one more all the way over here at the very bottom. He's going to get that one on there. There we go. Now that you got them started by hand, now you can just zip them all down with the electric impact. Erga, erga. There we go. Do that side one over here. Erga, erga. Alright, now we're going to come in over here. He's going to turn this in a little bit of an awkward position. Get that started. Bam, bam. Alright. Cool. Alright, so now, Lucas, what we want to do is you want to bring the air filter cover down here so we can take a look at the air filter cover. We'll open that up, show them what we did. So rather than going out and finding and buying a new air filter, we went ahead and took an old brand new sponge, and you can actually just cut them on down. That's basically what these air filters are, just sponge material. So we just cut it out, made a new one, just pushed it down in there. Didn't have to shape it all too much, we just had to cut the hole inside of it. So, Lucas, you want to go ahead and grab that and take that and put that on?
Yeah. Make sure you get the screw.
This is a little bit tricky to get these on here just because you have to line that perfectly up right down in the center once you get that on there.
Right there?
Yep. It'll go on there just fine. It's just whenever you have to find where that screw, when you get that lined up on there, you have to find right where that. You have to lift it up and find where it touches the top of where it touches that hole down there. The fastener threads into. You'll know when you got it because.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. There we go.
Come on.
All right.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Alright, go ahead and tighten that one down. Just go until it gets nice and snug. Alright. There you go. I'd say that's pretty nice and tight. Alright, so let's show them with the spark plug tester what the spark looks like on here, just see if we got spark. So what Lucas is going to do is going to pull off this spark plug boot off the spark plug. Being careful not to break it, but it's going to be tight on the twist and pull. And a little hand.
Yeah. Tight on
Off,
there,
that boot's pretty
especially
tight. So hook it up to the spark plug. Put it down until you hear it click. Hear it click, click. Now he's going to put the actual other side into the spark plug boot.
Okay.
Alright, so go ahead, Lucas, come over here and let's give it a pull. And we're going to see if you have any spark by just pulling it. Alright, so no spark there. So that's because we have the throttle down, so just push it forward a little bit. Just push the throttle forward. It gets rid of the ground. It gets rid of the. Takes the ground off of the coil. Whoa! Yeah, we got spark. All right, so we got spark on this guy, and we got fuel in the tank. So I think what next we're gonna try to see if we can get this thing fired up. So we have the cover up on the side. Everything is hooked up. So when this thing fires up, these tines down here should start spinning. All right, Lucas. You ready to get this thing fired up?
Yeah, I'm ready. You better start up, you dirty thing. You get it? Because it's a dirty tiller.
All right, give it a pull. Oh,
Close.
Close.
Let's go! That's what I'm talking about! That's what we do here!
Too late.
Give it just a tiny bit more throttle. All right, go again. Go again. Pull the choke out. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Whoa! Would you look at that? That dirty thing fired up, huh?
Yeah, it did. No, but seriously, give me your money, bro.
That's disrespectful.
We really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions or comments, please drop a comment below.
And if you like this video, please like and subscribe.